Well, a Doomsday plane has just made an unexpected flight to DC. Planes, by the way, that are only sent in the event of some kind of emergency, like a nuclear disaster or an EMP or something of that sort, so that the president and his staff can still run things from the skies. Not only that, but Donald Trump has also given us a rather cryptic warning about next week, potentially something big happening, and maybe even sooner. I've got a lot to share with you in today's broadcast because stuff is happening with Iran right now that you need to be aware of. Let's go to Donald Trump's Truth Social page to kick it off. Here we have Donald Trump a couple of days ago on June 17th stating this: "We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defense equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than a good old-fashioned USA." That's good news. All right, we've got, control over Iranian skies, but he gets a little bit more bold in his tweets later that day. And here he says this: "We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter." And that was on June 17th, early in the morning. And then he concludes it a little bit that day with unconditional surrender. He has called repeatedly for Iran's unconditional surrender. And obviously he doesn't want him to have any nukes. He said that as well over and over and over again. Now, Ayatollah Khomeini has responded to Donald Trump regarding that. And here's what he said on the 18th, the very next day: "The U.S. president threatens us with his absurd rhetoric. He demands that the Iranian people surrender to him. They should make threats against those who are afraid of being threatened. The Iran nation is not frightened by such things." Not only that, but he goes on to threaten America. And he says this: "The U.S. entering in this matter, war, is 100% to its own detriment. The damage it will suffer will be far greater than any harm that Iran may encounter." And then he says life will definitely become bitter for them. And the video that you see on the screen here flashing is Ayatollah Khomeini basically threatened the United States of America. Hey, if you do this, we've got missiles and bombs and who knows what the hell they have. But it shows their missile arsenal going off and the whole nine yards. These are direct threats, obviously, to Israel and the United States of America if we dare get involved. Now, there's a lot more going on, but I've got to tell you, get to restrictedrepublic.com. If you're looking for the truth and the real truth, I want to encourage you to go there and go there right now. We've got this platform that we started because truth has been really watered down. And I want to make sure that you've got all our exclusive content that we are sharing on there. I'm going to be doing a big report today on medical stuff that you're not going to want to miss. Use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get that discount and get it for $5 per month. It's a good way to support what we do. Some of our advertisers have been on the wayside, and YouTube has been really unsubscribing people from the channel. So on that note, please make sure you're still subscribed. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm excited you're here. Hit that sub button, go all the way up to the bell. Otherwise, you're not going to receive notifications, and hit that like button. But with that, there is more coming out regarding what is going on between Iran, the U.S., and Israel. And the Wall Street Journal put this out just the other day on June 18th. And it says this: Trump privately approved of attack plans for Iran, but has withheld the final order. It goes on to state this: President Trump told senior aides late on Tuesday that he approved of attack plans for Iran, but was holding off on giving the final order to see if Tehran would abandon its nuclear program. 3 people familiar with the deliberations said. Since his private instructions in the White House Situation Room to the military, Trump has disclosed publicly that an attack is an option. He did say that an attack is an option. He has said that repeatedly as well. And it says, quote, I have ideas on what to do, but I haven't made a final. I like to make the final decision 1 second before it's due, he told reporters on Wednesday. And I think that's very critical because it leaves Iran on edge. It goes on. Trump is hoping that threatening to join Israeli strikes on Iran, which continued for a 6th day, will compel Tehran to meet his demands, the people said. He acknowledged that a U.S. attack was under consideration, but said he still might decide against it. A senior White House official said multiple options are on the table and that Trump would continue to watch how the Israelis operate. Now, Donald Trump has came out on his social media page and called BS on the Wall Street Journal. And here's that. The Wall Street Journal has no idea what my thoughts are concerning Iran. And that was on June 19th. And actually, he even came out and told the Wall Street Journal, if you really want to know what's going on, listen to what I'm saying and take those words directly from my mouth. But I think this is a smart move by Donald Trump, because regardless if that is true or not, regarding what the Wall Street Journal said, this is causing, I think, exactly what the president wants. He wants confusion with Iran, with Israel, because that is going to give us a more powerful position if and when the crap does hit the fan. And he's absolutely preparing for the crap hitting the fan by getting that Doomsday plane to D.C. Now, in the meantime, this has happened as well. Very sad situation. Dozens of Iranian missiles strike major Israeli hospital and residential buildings as Israel hits nuclear sites. That's on the New York Post. In fact, Fox News has been covering this all day, calling for us to strike Iran, which is insane. I don't want to go to war. And quite frankly, I would rather not be involved in any of it. But with all of that, Donald Trump has come out and given a rather cryptic message about something that could happen next week or even sooner. Take a watch.
Unconditional surrender. Two very simple words. A very simple, unconditional surrender. That means I've had it. Okay, I've had it. I give up. No more. Then we go blow up all the all the nuclear stuff that's all over the place there. No, they had bad intentions. For 40 years they've been saying death to America, death to Israel, death to anybody else that they didn't like. They were bullies. They were schoolyard bullies. And now they're not bullies anymore, but we'll see what happens. Look, nothing's finished until it's finished. War is very complex. A lot of bad things can happen. A lot of turns are made. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that we won anything yet. I would say that we sure as hell made a lot of progress. And we'll see. The next week is going to be very big, maybe less than a week, maybe less.
So something very big is going to happen next week, and maybe even sooner than that. That is a very cryptic statement from Donald J. Trump, and he just made that on June 18th. What's interesting is on that same day is when we found out that this was also happening. And this is on the New York Post, you could see here, but U.S. E-4B Doomsday plane makes unexpected flight to D.C. as Trump weighs Iran strike. So here we have this Doomsday plane flying in to D.C. One of America's Doomsday planes made a flight to Joint Base Andrews in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday night as President Trump weighs whether to strike Iran's nuclear facilities. The E-4B Night Watch, which was designed to protect the Secretary of Defense and other national security officials and keep the government operating in time of nuclear war, was spotted by flight trackers and took a long, winding route to the Capitol. You can see the route here that was taken, very windy route, but they made it to the Capitol. And you can see here in this picture, it has a briefing room, a conference room, a rest area, a communications area, a cockpit, and this is all what is inside of this Doomsday plane. But it goes on. The E-4B serves as an airborne command center for the President, the Secretary of Defense, and the chairs of the Joint Chief of Staff to ensure continued critical command, control, and communication in case of an emergency. It can have a crew up to 112 people and a range of more than 7,000 miles. Obviously, this is needed, but they are capable of withstanding nuclear blast, cyber attacks, and electromagnetic effects, and are equipped to fire retaliatory missiles. All on this Doomsday plane. And it also has a thermal and nuclear shielding and can communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world. This is absolutely incredible. But this has been summoned into DC in light of everything that is going on. What the hell is about to happen? Maybe it's just preparation just in case. But we've got this cryptic warning. Well, we've got this tension between us, Iran, and Israel. And then we've got this cryptic warning from Donald Trump, something huge happening next week or sooner. And of course, we have the Doomsday plane. I thought you guys needed to know about all of it stat. Anyhow, share this video with everyone you know. But with all of that, I love you guys. Can't wait to read your comments. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.